Well, there's one announcement, I think, from Prismatic Evolutions that overshadows every other bit of news we've had from the set so far. And that's this: Masterball Reverse Holos coming to English. Now, we don't know if they're actually going to look like this, by the way. That is the confirmed Umbreon card from the main set, though. Like, that will be the main Umbreon artwork. It's not the special illustration rare or illustration rare, of course, but just the main set. So if we're going to get a reverse Masterball Holo, similar to Japanese 151, it's probably going to look somewhat similar to this. This isn't the actual holo pattern, but we imagine it's going to look somewhat similar to that. And that is big news, isn't it? Hey, probably only Aussies are going to get this reference, but shut up and take my money, hey? Like, man, I feel like this is going to be massive, massive news. We can already see how quickly the pre-orders are selling out across online retailers, Pokemon Center. This set is just going to go absolutely insane. So the whole premise of this video is to look at what sort of impact this reverse Masterball Holo in the English TCG for Prismatic Evolutions will have on, I suppose, the collecting side, but most importantly in the investing side, and also go down a little bit of history when it comes to reverse holos in the Pokemon TCG. Apologies about the shirt. I've just been playing some golf, so straight into it, always straight from work or straight from golf, straight into doing videos. I love talking about Pokemon cards, so let's get stuck into it. Now, on this whole shut up and take my money, talking about money, this leads me into two nice little segues. One thing that I really value when it comes to the future longevity and the future potential investment success of a Pokemon card set is the total set value. And look, that total set value can come from a variety of sources. Like if we look at Lost Origin, I wouldn't say it's a one-hit wonder, but it's pretty close to it. And it's one hell of a one-hit though, isn't it? That Giratina from Lost Origin holds pretty much half of the total set value of that set. Now, other sets like Chilling Reign, which have so much depth, you know, you have, yes, a big chase card in the Blaziken, but lots and lots of, I suppose, ancillary hits worth north of $10, $20, $30 even, and that makes up a pretty high set value. So if we're looking at total future success, you know, the highest set values from the last 5 years, no surprise, are Team Up and Evolving Skies. And look how successful they're going. We can't argue that if there's strong chase cards and strong total set value, that a set should be pretty damn investable for the future. Now, adding reverse Masterball Holos, who knows how they're going to be seeded though? We don't know that yet. You know, when we talk Japanese 151, you got one reverse Masterball Holo per booster box, and a booster box had 20 packs. So it's pretty simple. 1 in 20 packs gets a reverse Masterball Holo. Is that going to be what it's going to be in Prismatic Evolutions? And look, we know the products, you know, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box, tins, collection boxes, etc., poster collections. Is it just going to be random? Like 1 in 20 packs just placed randomly throughout those products is going to have a reverse Masterball Holo. And if there's, 175 main set cards, does that mean you've got 1 in 175 chances of getting different reverse Masterball Holos? And if it's 1 in every 20 packs times 175 by 20, and you get some outlandish number, you know, north of 1 in 3,000 packs to pull a reverse Masterball Holo Umbreon, this could mean total set value absolutely skyrockets for this set. And I get it. This is all hearsay at the moment and speculation, of course. But this could mean big, big things. And talking about total set value, I said that will lead me into a second segue, and that is the sponsor of today's video, the Shiny mobile app. It's an awesome app. I've been using it for probably about the last 4 months. We're running another segment with Cody for the next 12 videos. I've already done 2, so 10 more to go, spruiking this app. So that is something that's coming. Total set value inside the app is coming. But this is an app where you can add in all your sealed product or your singles product. It'll track it. It gives day-to-day updates on pricing, so you know whether you're ahead, behind, hopefully ahead if you're listening to the right people. Another new feature which is really cool that is added to it. So if you haven't downloaded it, download it. If you do have it, please update it, because when you go to search for a product, you can now go to a filter which shows you the most modern sets. So as you can see from Stellar Crown down, when you click on Stellar Crown, you can also filter, which I like to do, by price high to low. So we can see the top most expensive sealed products in the set, the top most expensive chase cards in the set, gives you real-time data. All the grading companies are in there. PSA, for example, you can pencil in whether you've got a PSA 10, 9, 8, 7, and everything else in between. It's an awesome app, so go ahead, download it. It's super easy and clean to use, and the creator's a legend. If you've got a question or a query, just email him and he'll fix it up almost in real time. Anyway, back onto the video, Masterball Reverse Holos. So total set value is really important, which we were talking about. Now, to give you a tiny bit of history regarding reverse holos, of course, back in Wizard of the Coast era, the only way to get a holo was when the background of the picture behind the Pokemon was a holo. That was your hit. That was the chase card, wasn't it? And then it wasn't until Legendary Collection that we introduced, or Pokemon introduced, the first reverse holos in that awesome Firework reverse holo pattern. Now, we've seen some other nice reverse holos throughout the EX era. We had some really nice different reverse holo patterns, but from then on in, it's almost felt like reverse holos are just an afterthought, and they just become bulk, essentially, like they have been. Reverse holos, they're pretty much bulk. None of them are really worth any money at all. Whereas this will bring a new element to the TCG. I really like what they've done in Scarlet and Violet, how we're back to tiering chase cards. And this almost adds an additional tier to it. You know, tiering chase cards in Pokemon is a fantastic idea. And I'm glad and I'm not glad. I'm glad we haven't gone down the route of, you know, NBA cards where you get 1 of 20, 1 of 100, 1 of 200, 1 of 1. I don't think Pokemon needs to go down that path. As fun as it might sound, as good as it might sound, adding these extra tier elements are really, really good. I mean, what's an Umbreon reverse Masterball Holo going to go for? Who even knows? Like, it of course depends on the pull rates. It of course depends whether they're giving that spread of Masterball reverse holos across the whole set. Either way, it's really, really interesting to find out, well, it's going to be really, really interesting to find out essentially what happens next with it. Let's just work off a very random hypothetical just to talk you through a future investing scenario for this set. So let's say, for argument's sake, they do the same as they did for Japanese 151, that 1 in 20 packs gets a Masterball Holo. I mean, who knows? It might be 1 in 2 packs. So we could be completely barking up the wrong tree. But let's say it's 1 in 20 packs. And let's say there's 150 cards that get a reverse Masterball Holo option. If you talk that through, 150 cards, 1 in 20, that's 1 in 3,000 packs to pull a reverse Masterball Holo. Like I said, I could be barking completely up the wrong tree. Maybe it's every second pack, so maybe it's 1 in 300 odds. But either way, let's say it falls somewhere between 1 in 300 and 1 in 3,000, the odds of pulling any specific reverse Masterball Holo. Either way, like I said, this adds an additional chase to the set. And if that happens, typically in the Pokemon card investing space, the harder the pull rates for the card, typically the more it's worth. Why? Because there's less of them about, and it's more of a chase, and there's more of a thrill, and people just love to gamble. And the best example of this is probably Charizard from Obsidian Flames and Charizard from Paldean Fates. Both extremely nice looking special illustration rares. Some people might argue that Paldean Fates Charizard is nicer looking. Personally, I like them both. Maybe if someone had a knife to my back and said pick one, I probably would pick the Paldean Fates Charizard, but I think they're much of a muchness. I think they're very, very nice looking special illustration rares. Now, if you look at the pull rates between the two cards, there's a direct correlation between the raw price and the pull rates. It's roughly, I think, about 1 in 200 for the Charizard from Obsidian Flames and about 1 in like 500 or 600 from the Charizard from Paldean Fates. So let's say for argument's sake, it's 3 times harder to pull the Charizard from Paldean Fates. And what do you know? Its raw price is roughly 3 times that, or 2.5 to 3 times that of the Obsidian Flames Charizard. So as you can see, the harder a card is to pull, the more it's going to be worth. And this could mean massive things. That's why some of the reverse Masterball Holos from Japanese 151 hold the highest values in the set, because there's so many different combinations and you're only getting 1 in every 20 packs. So if I forget the exact combination, I've done videos on this, but it's something like, 1 in 160 options of reverse Masterball Holos times by 20, and you get the idea. It's like 1 in 3,200 different packs to pull a specific reverse Masterball Holo. And that's why we get Pikachu, Gengar, etc. as some of the top chase cards inside the Japanese 151 set, because of how scarce they are. And the same thing we see in Evolving Skies. People don't seem to, or the market doesn't seem to care how hard it is to pull some of those cards. The market doesn't seem to care, even though we hear words like Evolving Cries being thrown out all the time, that you can open 1, 2, 3, even a case of Evolving Skies booster boxes, and in some cases, not even pull one alternate art. That's why people call it Evolving Cries. But you know what? Look at the prices. The market doesn't seem to care about that. The market and human nature seems to love the gamble and the thrill of the chase. And I think this is just going to add a massive new element to the gamble and thrill of the chase when it comes to prismatic evolutions. I can't wait to see how the market responds. I can't wait to see exactly what the facts are regarding how many packs on average and how many total reverse Masterball Holos we get. All I know is this is just going to send it bonkers. And like I said at the start of the video, shut up and take my money. That's a KFC ad in Australia. That's why I said only Australians would remember that. So I don't know, maybe you Americans have a similar ad for KFC over there, but it's going to burn a hole in a lot of people's wallets, this Prismatic Evolutions, isn't it? I'm Michael, this is Pokey Oz, and I'll catch everyone next time.